going all right?
rolling.
This is gold. Oh, really? We got it.
He's already rolling, you fool.
All right, good.
Are you going to do your
The disc.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
That peaked in.
Yeah, it did
That
peak
was loud
again.
as.
Doesn't matter
Let's
though.
go.
Welcome back to another episode number 2.
Oh, this one.
Back.
The
Let's
disc.
To be fair, I think episode 1 went really well.
Not bad for
I
our
was
first.
watching it. Now listen, I was watching it, and I tend to laugh at myself a fair bit anyway. But I thought, as a general,
Observation.
yeah, as a piece of work, as a portfolio of work, I thought it was quite good. I was
bad.
laughing at the stories myself.
I was cracking up too.
Well, when you can laugh at your own stories and your own jokes, you're onto a winner there. So yeah, well, I guess episode 1 was a roaring success.
Right, they didn't say roaring. I said I liked it.
One person liked it. But yeah, no, it was fun. We learned a lot. And this one's going to be even better, would you say, gentlemen?
Well, hopefully, it's hard to
Definitely.
tell because when you do the first one and you're just trying to get through, it might be more natural than when you do the second one and you're just trying to be as funny as we're on the first
Yeah.
one. I'm not saying I was funny. I'm saying we were funny.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, we're 2 episodes in,
No, this is the second one. We're 1 episode in.
1 episode in. Currently shooting the second one. Should we do things that we liked about the first one, or we're just happy in general?
I like the production value. I thought the production value was really good. I like the sirens.
Yeah.
Little added features on the screen.
Would you like the fact that we might get sued by Star Wars?
That was good. That was a good segue in to cover up a massive mistake.
By the camera?
Some company
Star Wars,
called Golden Child.
Oh.
Creative. Well, not much creative about not pressing
They
record.
they
on
went
the
under.
button.
Golden Child went under last week. We're Child of Goldens this week. But went well. Anything interesting happened this week, boys, gentlemen, in the business, in the news world?
There was a lot of rain. There was
Lot
a
of
lot
rain.
of rain Sunday, Monday,
A lot of insurance
Tuesday.
jobs.
There was some
A lot of insurance jobs.
Yeah. Some people got some soggy cars and had to call Amy to sort that shit out and cash in.
Did it affect you guys directly? Were any damages and claims being put forward?
We were stuck at the pub. We were at the pub
Oh, it's
Sunday
a
having a...
terrible place.
That's a terrible place
Well, I'm
to be
not
stuck at.
drinking, so I was like... I was the one that wanted to go first because I wasn't on it, but... yeah, we were stuck at the pub when it all hit. The Criterion around the corner. Shout out, Zach, Criterion. And the water came in thick and fast because there was nothing, and like Paradise is,
Yep.
the high tide must have hit and the water came up through the grates and stuff. So it's coming down, but it's also coming from underneath.
So kind of like Ghostbusters, where
Exactly,
the
with
ooze
the
comes
slime.
up through the street.
Comes up exactly like that, pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
And so you could walk to your car, and then 5 minutes later,
Dead.
you couldn't. You were like, it was up to your knees. It was up to your knees. They had a poor chef that was having her first night working there. She had to move her car because it was up to her doors and
Oh shit!
all sorts of stuff.
Wow,
That's
crazy.
what you saw.
Don't know if she's Don't know if she's been retained.
It's Newcastle wild weather. I think the Central Coast copped it pretty sweet as well.
Mayfern, they copped it.
Mafe did.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Mayfield got pumped.
Did it?
Main
Yeah.
Street, people driving down the main
Yeah,
street and
industrial.
waves just going in the
Remember,
pubs.
stop the
and
radio.
stuff.
Just near the roundabout. And that big bus near the uni, Callahan.
Oh, really?
That was like halfway under.
Yeah, right.
I've been like Waterworld. Kevin Costner out there rowing boats and doing
It's
whatnot.
funny the guilt that everyone goes, like when you're talking to people, they like, oh man, I'm sick of this rain, and then there's this little pause, and everyone's like guilty, like, oh, but we need it for the farmers. I was like, you don't have a farm. I get it. Like, yeah, we do, but no one's listening.
Nah.
And we're so worried about the way we're portrayed that everyone has to put that little tagline on the end. They might not even been to a farm before.
No.
Right? They don't know anyone owns a farm.
And also, like, if you remember, not too long ago, we were on fucking fire. Where was the rain then?
Yeah, right?
We were on fire shortly.
Fire, then Corona, then fuck. What's next?
I don't know about this fire.
Listen, we've had a
think
bit
about
on.
the city slickers.
What, I'm just waiting for what's next. Look, there's a fire, Corona. Surely
Best
something.
thing about Corona is all the memes.
Yeah.
The memes are
You love a
hilarious.
meme.
I digest memes.
Meme
I,
king.
I persist
Meme
on
king.
memes. Some of the funny ones are like the different characters that are waiting to come next to Earth. Like there's one with the aliens, and it's like, fuck, we're next. Fuck, I'm nervous. Walk around like this. And then they've seen the one with like Alien and Predator on the swings.
No.
And like there's Predator, who's
Yeah.
the dad, and the alien is the kid.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, is it our turn yet, Dad? And the dad, whose predator, says, no, son, they're going to try this coronavirus thing again.
You have too much time on your hands,
Yeah,
bro.
way too much. You need to bump up your work days again.
No, the player ain't the game. Where's my gelato?
Oh. But yeah, wild weather, wild storms. Anything else interesting happened?
Just 3 flat tires in less than a week.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real bad run there.
That's a man.
I say my left
that is some
One is an accident. 2 is really bad misfortune. 3 is something
3
sinister.
someone's doing
Were they
something,
all
bro.
on the side that the road was on and not the side that the footpath was on? It's almost like someone came past and might have
The
like.
first one was on my left front, and the second 2 my right side.
Right.
On the Sunday, just cruising past Mayfield.
All on the Sunday?
Maitland Road, yeah. No. The last 2 on Sunday, just cruising around about 60 kilometres. 60, and then went boom, boom. It's like someone stopped the tyres. Went back the next day, I thought I only had one. When I got the tyres changed, looked back, it's like, they're both fucked. So I had to drive it with one fuck down the Bridgestone tyres.
So yeah, anybody in Newcastle, if you see the gold Mercedes-Benz driving around with 3 flat tyres, you know whose it is.
This is my first Mercedes today.
After the success of the first episode, we had some inquiries.
I love how it's been out. It's been out for like 10 hours. Listen,
Not even 10 hours,
listen,
5.
Listen, the votes are in.
The votes
It's a
are in.
success.
They've been counted. Listen, it was actually voted by me most successful podcast of the week. So we're flying high, but we had a lot of feedback and a lot of questions, but we've tapered it down to just 1 or 2, maybe just one. We had one question. And,
we're asking for topics.
Yeah,
we need topics.
Well,
We don't want to have to sit here and make up what we're going to talk about each week. We want people to feed us interesting topics that we can give our opinions on, and then you can tear us to shreds about.
We're the eye candy. We just need
So,
the
Something,
chocolate.
something.
We need the chocolate.
strippers
to talk
don't
about.
dance without music. You know what I'm saying? Or cash.
That'd be weird.
Or cash. But quiet. It's like, yeah, it's quiet.
It's quite...
I was going to say something else.
All right, so Tim, maybe read out our questions.
So we had a nice review from our mate Josh. Bo and I used to go to school with Josh up at Maitland. Salute.
Hey, Josh.
Josh said he loved it, which is very kind. We asked him what else we should talk about. He said more stories about teenagers stomping fingers, please. So we're trying to arrange that. We're getting some teenagers.
We are trying to catch the guy that got stomped.
We might have to get the other Josh, the stomper.
Yeah, Stompy.
As a
Stomper.
stomper.
Yeah.
We should get the Stomper in as a guest at some point. Seriously though, the sports banter is awesome. I think a cool thing to discuss could be what drives you to achieve and make things happen. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Let's do it. Who wants to start? What drives...
I'll go first.
Go.
Just quickly. Obviously, I had no time to think about this question. I'll prep. I think my main motivator to do things is fear. So if I'm scared that I'm going to mess something up or mess something up for other people, I'll try really, really hard because I don't like to disappoint people. So that's one of my motivators. Obviously, I want to be successful, but fear is a huge part that drives me to do shit. If I'm scared that I'm not going to be what somebody is hoping for or relying on, I will try my hardest to succeed. So
fear is a massive motivator, right? You're just saying the fear now. That's the fear everywhere is what's driving everybody to act the way they're acting.
Yeah.
I read a stat one time, I don't know where it was, but it was like, you are like 8 or 9. I'm not going to tap it, chill out. I learned my lesson, right? It was like you're 8 or 9 times more likely to work to keep what you have than you are to go for your dreams or your goals, right? Because you're afraid to lose what you've already got. You're 8 or 9 times more driven to keep what you have out of fear of loss than you are to risk everything to go for what you really want.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like in society, we've got more people that are working, a job to get a steady pay, and sort of thinking that that's the safe option
comfort
because
zone.
they're worried about going for it and risking it all, being
Yeah.
the one on the, because if you stuff up and you've got your own business, that's you.
That's
You don't-
right.
If you're a part of an organisation that's massive, you sort of faceless in the crowd or whatever,
Yeah.
then a stuff up can be hidden a bit more. But yeah, they're like 8 or 9 times more likely to not go for their dreams, but to just hold on to what they can. And this is what's happening at the moment. The fear is driving people to do stuff, and people who thought that they were safe in jobs are now finding that maybe that's not actually the safe thing. To work for someone else isn't always a safe option. It might actually be more safe to go for your own means of creating income, because then you've always able to for the most part, direct that situation. You can work harder to make more money. If you're in an organisation and you earn this much and you get laid off, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right? So I get that. Anyway, that was a long way of saying a very small little bit.
What drives you?
What drives? I just want to be remembered and have a legacy. You know,
Legacy.
like
Yeah.
I don't want to just be an average person, just a number.
Yeah.
You know,
You want to leave a mark.
leave a mark on this world. You know, even for my kids, like
Yeah.
you know, something for them. Because when I grew up, I didn't have nothing. My parents didn't leave them with anything. They couldn't, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to do that. Try and do that for my sisters and brothers and my kids. You know, eventually, hopefully, it goes. But yeah.
That's sort of like what we were talking about that other night. That's what drives me too. What drives me is to create some sort of legacy
Yeah.
for my kids, so that
It's easy to just be a number. And just go
absolutely.
to work,
and
9 to
I
5, come home.
I think as a father too, you want to be a role model.
Yeah.
So you don't want to treat them, teach them the habits that make them average.
Yeah.
You want to teach them habits or be an example for them to strive for something
Yeah.
more. But then the tricky thing because that's what anything that drives me is always just to create a better life and a future for my kids. But then what we were talking about too is it's a hard thing because, and I think we spoke about it over your house one time too. It's like, I don't want them to become spoiled either because we've got
Privileged
ways and
yeah.
means doing
Yeah.
things. I want them to have a drive and not become these bloody Paris Hilton socialites
Yeah.
or whatever.
Not to be spoon fed.
Not
Yeah.
to be spoon fed because then they're soft and they've
and-
never had to work for anything.
And like Greek mythology of like, obviously you train your kids up to be the best, and then one day they kill you.
That's
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Now
I
I
think
am.
that's the point you were trying to make.
Obviously
Grow
you
your
did.
children to a point where they exceed
Where
your
you're not
level.
needed anymore
Yeah.
and you can be cut off.
Yes.
Well, we didn't have a bad childhood growing up. We weren't poor by any means. We weren't rich either. I remember the first time I went to a cafe was with a girl I was going out with at university, and we sat down with the menu and it said like entree, mate, and I didn't know
Right, that was me 4 years ago.
So what order are we doing this in? Or do I order everything now? She comes over, okay, we'll just like start with drinks. Oh shit, drink.
Yeah, literally.
What am I supposed to order? But it's like, we didn't have a ton, but we didn't
Yeah.
go without. I didn't have a poor child or anything like that. But having kids, I think, can change a person, make them drive and strive for more, so they can be a role model, I guess.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely
what,
huge.
What do we ask them? What drives them? What drives other people that are watching this?
Yeah, like what are your motivators to get up and be the best versions of yourselves?
Or have you not found it?
Yeah. Are
you
you
still
looking
looking
for
for it?
inspiration through others?
Because a lot of people drag their ass on Monday, right? It's like, get out of here. It's like, Jesus, if you're doing that every day, what's the point?
One of my favourite things of a morning too is to wake up roughly around 10-ish. And I
That's
think
one of your favourite
I
things.
wake up at around 10 and I roll over and I grab my phone and I look up and I
That's
think,
when I finish work. At 10 in the morning.
I grab my phone and I go, oh, it's 10 o'clock. Tim Shakespeare has been up for at least 4 hours.
He's been up for 6. He's getting up in the 3s.
Whoa,
That was weird.
that was weird.
Oh, you might have had a tab open, bro. 2 tabs open.
Pornhub.
No. Always clean the last previous one before I do it.
Delete
Triple X vids.
After watching and editing the first episode, I noticed right at the start when we were introducing each other, Michael put up a valid point. He put his age in there. And then
It
me and
wasn't a
Tim,
valid point, it was her fault. It was her fault.
me and Tim decided to not divulge our ages because there is quite a substantial age gap in between Michael, and
I was
us.
about to say black don't crack. I was like, pull back and then you can edit that out.
But-
Actually edit that out.
But also too, as I was driving over, I was listening to music, and there was quite a musical divide in the age gap there. So obviously, us being a lot older, listening to a different,
Well, I mean, we listened to an age of music that was in before our time,
yeah,
and then the stuff that's on nowadays is just awful.
yeah.
I don't want to sound like that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
you kids of today,
Oh,
you don't know.
you're always stealing me, Chocos.
You should have heard Steely Dan.
So I thought it would be a fun little exercise to maybe chuck up some images of artists, musical artists from both eras, and I'm going to let these boys tell me who these particular people are.
So
and
we're both answering at once, or just
no,
one?
so I'm going to do. Should we do pictures or
Yeah, pictures.
Okay, pictures,
Yeah.
and then I will
Definitely.
obviously put them up on the screen.
Yeah.
All right. So my first one, I'm going to sort of angle it away from Tim. I want you to tell me, Tim, who.
I look over here. So this is someone that Michael might listen to.
Yeah, it's probably someone.
Casey Chambers.
All right, so
I've got to guess who that person
I've
is.
got an image up here.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
All right, so I've got an image up here. Obviously, I'll put it on the screen down there. So, Tim, tell me who this young lady is, and maybe even what she does. Like,
I'm guessing she's a singer.
she's a
I
singer.
feel like I've seen her before.
Yep.
There's like 5 or 6 names going through my head, but I don't even know if the first and the second name match.
Well, just
Right.
hit us with it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the only thing I can think of is Nicki Minaj. I know it's not her.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's not
It's
her.
not Sticky Nicky.
Nah, is that Will Smith's second daughter? No, I don't know. I don't know.
You going with Nikki? Michael,
Nikki.
tell Grandpa here who that is.
Ariana.
Ariana Grande.
Grande. You'll know a song, surely.
Yeah.
Bet you I won't.
All right.
It's like, oh
So,
yeah, she's on Triple J heaps. I listen to none Triple J ever.
so well, that's
I don't even listen to one J. I don't know 3 of them.
all right. So.
I can't handle all the like, bros.
Don't look at the screen again, Timothy. Picture number 2. Tim,
Oh, that's right.
can you tell me who this outstanding young gentleman is?
6'9".
What's his first name?
It's like Takeshi. I was gonna say Yoshi.
Wow.
It's for
Wow.
Super Mario.
I
Okay.
didn't know him and not her.
Because I saw a song of his one. Well, first of all, I saw him somewhere. I was just like, "What is that?" I was like, so I looked at it, and then I looked at some of his song, and there was just a song there going, "Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang." I was like,
He
"Is
don't-
that it?"
He doesn't sing Gucci Gang.
Oh, who does that?
That Gucci Mane?
No, the other dude with
With
the,
that sort of hair.
Yeah.
So
He looks
why
like
is there 2 of them?
Because they're popular in the snitch Latino
He's
community.
the one that snitched,
Yeah.
didn't he?
He's a
Right.
snitch.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
bad snitch.
All right,
Did his
one.
heart. He looks like he looks 14.
He does.
You
He
know.
does.
He looks like
Um,
he studied, economics.
Third picture up. Who is this young gentleman?
I know he died.
Well, that's. I'm impressed. Do you know who he is, Mark?
Is it?
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, is it Matt something?
Use your words. Speak it
Matt.
out.
He's got a tattoo of John Lennon. It looks like
He actually had really good taste in music. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore.
Matt. No, I don't know. Matt's-
Nothing.
No.
That would be one Mac Miller.
Mac.
Mac
Yeah.
Miller.
Matt.
Matt,
How did he
close.
die?
Overdose. Took a concoction of many drugs, I think, and
Why do they always do that?
no, I don't know.
I
That's
just love the overdose.
it's a silly waste
Yeah.
because he's a very talented musician.
Give me some money before you go.
Pass on the wealth.
All right, well, so 1 out of 3, Timothy, not bad.
Wasn't great. Wasn't bad.
Listen,
Is what it is.
you're not completely out of touch with the young generation
Right.
as yet.
You gonna type them up?
Okay.
Or do you want me to type them up?
Well, actually, no, I've got.
You go.
You got one that you
No,
think?
you go. I'll guess yours for sure. I think.
What is
Maybe.
that?
I don't
Well,
know.
we're doing them for Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. All
That's
right.
what
So you want to keep getting? Well, you can't guess.
Well, no, if he doesn't get it, then I'll say who it is. I'm assuming I'll know who it was. What is with these long hairs under your nose, bro?
Why are you so obsessed with my nose, bro? Get off!
Do you see the long ones again?
Get off me!
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I just need to. I need to get I need to get a buzz up on the inside. I was thinking.
Yep, go that one.
Maybe this
Oh,
gentleman.
No chance.
Oh well, hey, don't
Don't
write him off yet.
Just do that.
You
Is that
never
a
know.
good one? All right, Michael, your first picture. Tell us who this gentleman is, and if you know anything about him. Might not even be a
Couple
gentleman.
there, bro. His name's there.
Might not even be a
Oh,
gentleman.
here.
Who the fuck?
You can have a guess at who it is.
No idea. Who the fuck is that?
It's
Tim?
Jack White from the White Stripes.
Jack White from the White Stripes.
Dun,
Who?
dun,
Wow.
dun, dun, dun,
So-
dun, dun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but also too, do you remember the Instagram story song that I put up for our podcast today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, was that him?
That was this guy.
He wrote that
True.
song, Seven Nation Army, while touring in Australia. He wrote the riff, and called it Seven Nation Army because he drove past the Salvation Army.
And fucked it up.
I don't know. Probably just didn't sound as good. Salvation.
The Salvation Army.
So he doesn't have that.
It doesn't have the.
Yeah.
All right.
No idea.
You are
Wow.
zero.
Zero.
What era was that? Surely
That's
80s.
90s.
90s.
90s and 2000s.
Number 2.
That was funny, man.
Michael,
Oh, yeah.
tell us who
I got a good story about this too.
this person is.
Christina Aguilera.
That, to be fair, that picture
That-
looks
that-
like
Oh,
very-
fuck.
Gwen Stefani.
Christina.
That picture of Gwen Stefani.
It's off her head.
She's angry there.
That's a close one. That was close.
So one of our Newcastle local celebrities.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you say their name?
well, I probably
really.
shouldn't.
I'll blip it out.
Only because they're in a relationship at the moment.
Oh,
and
not a.
Maybe it hasn't been disclosed.
Okay,
but
okay. Wait, well, if you want to break it here first on the disc.
When No Doubt was coming up, his band was supporting their band in like Boston or something like that, and he kissed Gwen Stefani. Well, she kissed him.
Really?
On the stage. That's not a euphemism for his body part. They were
Yeah.
on the stage
Together.
and they had a kiss.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
Before they were big.
Okay,
So
wow.
one of his claims to fame.
Brush with fame.
Yeah.
All right, so
Gwendolyn or Gwen.
do you want to pick the
Last
last
one?
one?
Yeah.
You want to pick the last one? All right. I can
No,
see
do
talking to my good ear.
alright.
Okay.
Right now.
Are you?
You're such a cheat. You can't even not cheat. Like, you can't even break rules or not break rules in games.
Did you say it?
Okay, no.
Oh.
Definitely did.
No, I didn't.
No, we'll give it to him anyway.
Righto.
Because if he gets it, I'll be skeptical anyway. Michael, who is this gentleman? This lively, happy gentleman right here, and what band did he play in?
Fuck, no idea. But definitely, I don't listen to bands. Like that shit.
What do you listen to?
R&B, hip hop.
Just the news.
No
Spoken
idea.
word poetry.
Mick Jagger.
Don't know.
Rolling Stones.
I know them, but I don't. I've heard of them. I don't know them.
That's him.
That's him. That's the man. The
He's
lead singer.
isn't he allegedly like Angelina Jolie's
Father.
dad or something?
John Voight would be upset about that.
Yeah. Well, no. Sorry. Wrong story. Angelina Jolie had something off with him.
With Jags.
Yeah. And he's like obsessed with her or something.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Oh.
Just from, when I'm
What,
in those
Went down at
circles.
ground
Yeah,
up.
when
Just,
I'm in, I'm in those circles and you hear things and you just can't believe it about your friends.
Careless whispers. Oh, all right. Well, Tim, I think you maybe took that round out.
I got one.
One. Like,
It's my brah, Takeshi 69.
oh.
Doesn't he spell with like numbers and?
He's got
letters
69 tattoos of 69 on his body.
No.
and- The guy's never had a 69
Fucking
in
got
his
all
life.
of his. Yeah. Listen, he looked like he should be.
Now he's
working
locked
at
up for life.
Is he?
He looks like he should be working at a fucking lolly shop.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
Soft as.
Tim just had a very, very interesting, valid point that we probably should discuss. What was that point, Tim?
I think we should talk about where we're at the moment. They've just come out with a
New
restrictions for gyms since we're starting a gym. We should probably discuss that, how that makes us feel. What are the restrictions? I don't even know what they are. You've got to have a COVID marshal at your gym.
apparently on Saturday.
What
Like
else?
COVID marshal,
You've got to have a COVID plan.
COVID safety checks,
Safety plan or something?
Yeah.
What else?
Can you, as the trainer, be the
I don't know.
independent position?
That's what I want to find out.
Because
If not, one of the clients will be.
Stop sweating and report safety.
That's just silly.
yeah.
It's sort of a hard thing in a gym to.
Like you meant to get there to get 30. You go to the gym
and
to
there's
get 30.
sweat and
Like-
stuff.
Goes against the whole
It's just
core
like-
fibre
yeah.
of what you're there for.
Yeah, literally.
If you wanted to stay home and obey all of the rules, then stay home. But if you're going to go to the gym, it's there to fuck the rules up.
Better
Literally.
listen.
Yeah. How do you think it's going to affect you? Do you reckon your what do you call them, members is something that will affect them, or they like?
I don't think your members are the type to
Nah.
sort of.
I think that maybe.
My members are OG members.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, right.
Well,
They're cool.
and if you've taught them anything through your mentor and tutorism, it's fuck that, come and train. Like
Yeah. It's like,
you'll be training regardless. So
yeah. Yep, definitely. It's like, it's sit at home and get fat or go out and get skinny.
Check.
that just screamed of a t-shirt. Stay home, get fat, or on the back, go and get skinny.
Yeah, but
So yeah, the obviously the restrictions. Like, do you think that they're legitimate restrictions, or do you think the government's just, or the man is just making people jump through hoops to once again maybe prolong something, or?
I think there's going to be very different. I think each state is going to have a different approach this time.
Yeah.
I don't think New South Wales is going to go as hard as Melbourne. Melbourne's gone pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
Melbourne's got like, if you're out in
Well, they
public,
had to.
you've
They've
got
been
a
the
mask.
scapegoat of fucking the virus in Australia.
Yeah.
like New Zealand has nothing.
Yeah.
New Zealand is everyone's out, back to normal living.
Well, yeah. But it's sort of like, if you didn't watch the news, would you know anything was happening? Like if they didn't bring out, hey, you've got to wear a mask in public, and you didn't watch the news, walking around, being in the cafe, would you know anything's going on?
Nah, I don't, nah.
Because it's not. Well, I guess it's not
Only
one of
because
those
social media, but
diseases
that's
like in the movies where like.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
something.
like you're sitting at a cafe next to me and someone's going.
It's also not like you're hearing of, oh, did you hear such and such got it?
I know nobody who got it or is dead.
Anyone, yeah.
Is it a fantasy pandemic that like nobody is dying? This is no. Listen, obviously that's.
Well, you could now splice in a clip of Pelosi, the Pelosi woman from the US, and she talks about how they tally
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought she was like the artist formerly known as Prince.
Nancy
Pelosi.
Pelosi. She talks about how when they're counting the numbers, she's got a quote. You have to put the video in.
Okay.
So I'm not just saying this or spouting it off.
Yeah.
But how, even if the cause of death was clearly something else, if you had
The symptoms.
COVID
Yeah.
at that time,
Yeah.
you're counted.
So yeah, if you
As a
got
COVID
you contracted COVID, but then you were swimming at the beach and a shark took you, boom, COVID.
COVID.
Death. Is it almost? It's like on The Simpsons too. Are they counting dead people's hearts?
What about how The Simpsons predicts everything?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's pretty crazy. It seems like something different happens. The Simpsons goes. "Boo, boo, boo, boo."
They didn't predict this. They can't
Well,
predict the
yeah,
dis.
listen.
Or
This
have they?
this.
I would love to see your Simpsons character. It's just it's a black
He's
black version.
groundskeeper Willie. Groundskeeper Willie, but the Tongan version.
No, it's the Tongan. Who's the actor? The
Which actor?
the German actor. The big.
Oh yeah. Wolf.
Who?
He's
He's
the
like-
super sub. He's fucking ripped as shit.
Yeah.
And he
What's
goes,
his
"I'm
name?
no, no, it's I'll put a picture in a minute.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name at the time.
Wait, where's Wolfgang?
Wolfgang Amadeus.
No, something I don't know.
Um,
Where are we going to go from here? Do you reckon there's going to be more restrictions? Well, are we going to go like second wave, everyone locked down again, close the pubs? I know that like down the local pub from 2 weeks ago, shockers. Last week, a third as many people,
Yeah.
if that. Very different. I don't know if it's. I think they were still allowed to let people in, but whether it's people are just afraid to go to the pub now.
Yeah.
So there
I
is.
told the boys about this. So I have just started streaming video games recently, and today I did a bit of a stream, just a couple of cheeky hours, and then I ended the stream. Couple of cheeky hours. I ended the stream. I jumped in the shower.
Do
so I
people
could
know
come
what
here.
it means when you say a stream?
Because
A stream in my world means something.
Okay, so it was like a yellow stream or something like that. Yeah, so a stream,
Paradise
I
last night, my
basically,
stream.
to stream, I just play video games while people watch me for cash. I know it sounds cheap and dirty, but they just basically watch what I watch, but watch me play it. So it's like having your own TV show. People tune in and watch you do something that you enjoy. So I stream. So I streamed today.
It's like OnlyFans, really.
Yeah, which was actually a topic that I wanted to talk about. We'll save that for another. We might even actually try and get a guest in that maybe has an OnlyFans page of some
Ooh,
description.
interesting.
So I'll throw out the feelers and
Yeah,
we'll see
if
if we
there's any
can.
people with OnlyFans pages.
And listen, and it would be purely questions based on education and information.
We would have to see. No, we would have to see the content. We would
Exactly.
have to see the
And
content.
then we'd sit down and talk about it.
They would
But
have to prove that they're on OnlyFans, and then we'd have to see the content to prove
Correct.
that. So
I finished my stream, jumped in the shower to come here, walked into my bedroom, threw the towel off, and then turned around to see that my webcam was still going. For that split second, I thought I was
what sort of second was it?
Well, there was two things. There was the split second that was about that big, and then what was on the webcam was also at the
Luckily,
time.
there weren't.
It was cold. Fuck.
Luckily, there's not that many pixels on that webcam.
Nah, it was
delineate
grainy. It was grainy, thank God.
the edges.
Grainy, not veiny. But yeah, I thought I'd made an error. I'd stuffed up. But technology, it's a cruel, wicked mistress sometimes, and sometimes you
Gotta be
get
careful about it, eh?
You do.
Be careful.
You do.
That's
Hey.
like the guy says, what's the most sensitive part of your body when you're alone at home, pleasuring yourself?
What?
Your ears.
You having a crack at me? No. I'm already against
Just
the wall with
hearing
that.
for someone to walk in. What about? Well, should we end on his story
Oh, I'd love.
about Mickey D's?
Yes. Well, it depends. Does he feel like divulging said story?
Do you want me to explain it, or are you going to tell it? Right. So the story is this: my wife and kids went away to the Gold Coast 2 weeks ago, or something, when we attempted the first episode. Attempted to shoot episode
when we
one.
did the pilot of
pilot, and then we adjusted things slightly. But late that night, we went for a little skedaddle to
A journey?
McDonald's, because I'm not allowed to eat that at home.
wretched stuff.
And I got a McFeast, and I don't know what you got. You got a couple of burgers. All I remember was he wasn't in that good of a state, and he was very upset that I had left his sauce off his McChicken. So I was super dry.
Have you had
He's
a
got
dime
his-
McChicken before? It's terrible.
So he's got a McChicken and he's got a cheeseburger, and he's like so depressed, but he couldn't go in and tell him that it didn't have sauce because he wasn't in a state to do it. And so he's looking at it, and he's sitting. We're just sitting in the car park eating it, and he's sitting. He's like, oh man. And then he just looks at his other burgers. He goes, I know. I know. I'm gonna make. Yes, I know. I'm gonna make this my main burger.
Did you just swap the job roles?
He's like,
Listen, mate, you're demoted.
he just sacked one and he elevated the other one. This is now my main burger, and then I'll enjoy this, and then I'll just eat that one. Right? But anyway, he was jealous because I had ordered a McFeast.
Yeah.
A McFeast is like a beef burger with more salady stuff on a nice sauce.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so 2 weeks go by. I got home from work the other day. I go up and have a shower. I come down. I got a couple of missed calls from him. I ring him up. He answers the phone like this. Hey, hello. He goes, "Oi, bruh." He goes. I just went to McDonald's. I tried to order a McDonald's. They reckon they didn't have it. You got it the other week. And I go, "You mean a McFeast?" He goes, "Oh, bruh." He goes, he's in the drive-through and he's blowing up the person through the speaker because she
my
doesn't.
mate just got it the other day.
My mate got it. And what did you say? What did you say? Have you even checked?
Have you even checked? Have you even asked anyone if there's a...
Have you even asked anyone back there if
If
there's a
there's
McDonald's?
guys, we do not do
Is
a
there
McDonald's.
just one lying around out the back somewhere? Just check for me. Anyway, so he's told me that these so he's blowing up. There's no, I think he got the name wrong. But he told me that the car in front saw what was going on.
They were laughing at
behind
me.
him, laughing at him,
I was
and
thinking, what the
paid
fuck?
for his $30 order at
Paid the whole
McDonald's.
thing. I was like, I went to the
Oh
window,
my
like, they
God.
can't pay for it. I was like,
They
what?
probably-
There's no, I've never received charity because of my exploitations in the Macca's drive-thru.
That's special.
That was ridiculous. Just
Thank
the
you.
funniest-
If you're watching, you bought that. That was fucking
Shout
beautiful,
out,
mate.
shout out to the Salvation McDonald's charity. It's just a funny when I on the phone. Oi, bro! It's like in a rage, just a sense of oi, bro.
Yeah.
You got that Magozzi the other day. You mean McFeast? Ah.
Yeah, that was
The
fun.
devil's in the details there, I think.
Wow.
But hey, forever etched in your mind now,
You won't
McPhee.
make that. You won't make that mistake.
getting that right
Just
after
like
this.
the mic. The mic's here today.
Yeah.
Won't make that mistake again either.
Yeah.
I hope we got video. Won't make that mistake either. we never fail. We either win or we learn. You know what I'm saying?
We win or we learn.
That's it. We never lose. We win or we learn. That's your business mentor quote of the day.
Yeah.
Go with that.
That is the play of the day.
The play of the day.
Cool. All right. Well,
Wrap it up.
once again, we're always looking for ideas.
Please.
The possibility of having people on would be great as well. Yeah. So if you've got any suggestions, please feel free to put it in the comments.
Follow the disc.
Follow the disc.
Facebook.
Follow us.
Don't follow me. I won't let you follow me.
Yeah. International man of mystery here likes to keep
Gotta
secret.
keep close.
So yeah. I think
That's it.
that was it.
Signing
That's
off.
the disc signing off.
Howdy doodoo.
See ya.
Neighborinos.
Baroonies.